Okay, let's see. I have my mic unmuted and I have the audio going. Very good. For once, it looks like I have everything in the right spots. Okay, so here is what's going on in the game so far. We are a robot, or an AI is what it looks like. And we seem to be sometime in the far distant future. There was a message we got where everything had maxed out on the numbers that they could accumulate to. So our job is we go around solving these puzzles and we get these different sigils. They're just tetramino pieces. So far we found green ones and they have unlocked these temples. So right now we're in one of the temples and every temple appears to have 7 levels. There are yellow tetraminos and they unlock the upgrades that we've gotten. Like we got a connector, we got a companion cube, we've gotten the ability to record ourselves and interact with our own recordings. And I just unlocked one the other day, and I did it offline because the tetramino puzzles were getting harder and harder, and so I didn't want to make y'all sit around and watch me try and solve these tetramino puzzles. So I did this offline, and it looked like a tablet of some sort, a clear pad. I haven't used it yet, so I'm not sure. Then we have the red tetraminos, and they unlock this tower that we've been forbidden from going into. Finally, we have these silver ones, which we're not sure what they're used for yet. And we have these stars. And the stars unlock special areas in the game. So, in terms of the story, this is a heavily philosophical game where they definitely want you to buy into a certain philosophy. And they've kind of been grooming us toward this final point that they're going to be making, I'm sure, at some point in this game. So what we have discovered is that there was a total end of human life on the Earth, and that they have been trying to, and let's see, this puzzle's called the Short Wall. They've been trying to take all of humanity's knowledge and put it into a database, the most massive database that there ever was. And that appears to be the program that we're in. We found a message the other day where they're talking about they've used a game as the base environment. Now let's see, this guy's saying, what does it matter if I scribble my contempt on these walls if I'm still surrounded by them? Signed, Dog. So let's see, and then what it seems is that, like they're trying to do, is they wanted to spontaneously, platforms can be used to have something stand on it. Okay. They wanted to have life spontaneously generate, is what it appears they were going for. Let's see. So now I'm recording myself. Let's see. All right. So I can come over here and I can have myself get up on top of the platform. And then I can come over to the wall and jump right over this. Excuse me. Okay, so it seems like they were trying to do is have this. There's a series that is legitimately going on right now in the world of AI that they believe that true life will be spontaneously created at some point when the internet gathers enough just data. They believe there will be enough connections. Oh crap! That intelligent life will spring forth. And that's what this game is looking at, that they are trying to get everything to the point where one of these iterations of the program creates life. So let's see. And because we're one of the iterations, I actually went back and looked, and every once in a while you can sign your name to the wall. And when I last did this, I saw that my number has been going up. So every time that I get captured by a Pokeball, or I get caught in a portal projector, which are our code names for a couple things that happen in the game, so that Google's algorithm doesn't get mad at me for talking about it. But whenever that happens, my revision number ticks up 1. And we've seen a couple messages just kind of spread throughout the game where it talks about how a program was terminated and it spawned some other program. And so we've seen a couple times where when one of the programs was terminated, it spawned one of the other programs that we've been reading. Like, one of them spawned the dog program. There was another one whose name was Samsara that was spawned. And I think they were actually spawned together, both Dog and Samsara, which is kind of interesting because Dog and Samsara are two just incredibly opposed sort of personalities, where Samsara is very much a faithful follower of the voice in the sky, and Dog is very much a opponent to it, very antagonistic toward it. So that is the long and short of what's been going on in the game. We are in the last temple level, or last temple area. So we will see how far I get today. Let's see, this level is called Rapunzel. Let's see. So I'm going to need to... Is that really all there is to this level? Surely not. Look at all these things that are going on. Okay. Somehow I need to get all the way over there. Let's see, is this... Okay, this is behind this spot. So I can use that companion cube. And this is one of the mods that I installed, the companion cube mod. We're just gonna leapfrog these around. I feel like I'm missing something here. Like, why would I... Let me see why I even need this. Because I would think that what I can do is have a recording stand on this spot. Then I walk through right behind him. Oh, but you know what? I need a cube up here. That's what I'm missing. So let's see. If I take this platform... Actually, I'm going to restart my recording because I messed that up. So I'm going to take this platform and stand here. Then the real me will walk over to that cube and pick it up. I'll come back down the path, walk up the stairs, and drop the cube on top of the recording of me. Then if I take the cube here, I don't think I'd be able to reach that spot from up above. But I'll try. So I climb up the ladder, and then hopefully I can pick up the cube right here. But if I can't, can I pick up the cube from right here maybe? I don't know. I feel like I'm not getting this right. Well, we'll see what happens here. So I pick up this cube. Where's my recording? There he is. So I can climb the ladder. Let's see if this actually gets the cube up here, because I'm feeling like I'm not going to be able to reach. Yup. Rats. Yeah, see, I wasn't able to reach that, so I'm missing something. And then we come to this side, and rats. I still can't reach it. You know what? Maybe if I was one step higher, this would all work. Let's try this again. Now when I do this, I've run over there, grabbed that cube. I've come back, and John DeMarco is stopping by. Hey, John! He's saying good evening. Good evening to you too, sir. So I am on the second world, or second level within the Sea Temple. And hopefully I'm solving the puzzle this time. Because I definitely messed it up there just a second ago. Let's see if that works. And then once we're done here, I when I was going around, I was trying to solve a couple of the Tetramino puzzles offline so that I wasn't just wasting time. And I found a couple of really weird spots, but before I went to them, I wanted y'all around. There we go. Now I can use the companion cube and make one more recording of myself as I run up the ladder, stand on this plate. Hopefully I followed myself quickly. I run through, I grab the Tetramino, and we're done with the level. There we go. You could totally trap yourself in there. Okay, let's go check out... Oh, we might as well listen to him. Okay, we're gonna look at family. For those of you who have faithfully followed this blog for the last 5 years, I just wanted to give you one final update. I'm going to spend my remaining time with my family. Yeah, I know. There are probably 50 plus posts about all the problems I've had with them, but in the end, they're my family. They're the people I grew up with, the people I care about, the people I love. Sure, they annoy the hell out of me. They've said awful things to me, and I've said awful things to them, but that doesn't change who we are. In fact, if we didn't care about each other, this stuff wouldn't upset us. Do I still think they were wrong? Yeah, absolutely. Would I behave differently if I thought we all still had a lot of time? Definitely. But we don't. So I'd rather spend a couple weeks sitting on the porch with my parents and my sister than being angry and alone. Besides, it's not like we're going to fight about my job prospects anymore. If you can, try to make peace with those you love. It's your last chance. Thanks for reading. Then lastdays.email. From Alan Jameson, Institute for Applied Nomadics, to Fran. You know what the oddest thing is about all this? We're not constantly fighting, having nervous breakdowns, screaming at each other. We're actually really polite and focused, and we spend most of our time debating the nature of humanity and how we can best succeed at probably the most ambitious thing anyone's ever tried. Like, it was completely normal. Like, that's just how people are. I feel like we've turned into Star Trek characters or something. I guess, what's the point of doing anything else? Getting angry isn't going to help, but I didn't expect to feel like this at all. And you know what? It's awesome. Many greetings and good luck. Alan. P.S. Love from George. So, this is such an unrealistic look at how people would react, I think, if there really was like an end of the world scenario. Like, this is such a hippie kind of mindset. I think people are worse than that, I guess. Question: suppose everything here serves a precise role in some grand scheme. How would we explain that? Signed, Sheep. It's obviously like a digital time capsule, an electric library of all the crazy stuff the humans ever did, left behind to warn other species to stay well away. Signed, Nietzsche. So what happened to them? What happened to them then? Signed, Sheep. Same thing that happens to everyone. They existed and they didn't, and they probably wouldn't do it all over again. Signed, Nietzsche. John said, if the world really was ending, people would be freaking out. Oh yeah, I think for sure people would be freaking out.
Money. Money. I'm rich. Money. Money, money, money.
What the heck? Okay, I think this is supposed to be an Easter egg. These people have made a couple other games, and I think that's supposed to be an Easter egg and not anything related to the game itself. And that might be... the two things I found, they might be Easter eggs too. I'm not sure. But one of them that I found was just the weirdest thing ever. And you know, on the Star Trek characters things, one of the things that I really liked about Deep Space Nine that the other series didn't really get into. Like, Voyager kind of did it a couple times, but TNG and TOS, they really didn't do it at all. And that is things having impact from one episode to the next. Like, when Picard was assimilated, they didn't really talk about it after that. Like he remained the same person he was before and after this insanely huge, life-altering event. And I know that was more of a factor of Star Trek was episodic in nature at that time, but I really feel like it was something they missed out on. Like they did a couple episodes where Picard kinda, sorta dealt with the after effect of being a Borg. But they didn't really... I felt like they really missed an opportunity there to explore that more deeply. Honestly, one of the people they did the best job with was Barclay. Barclay, of all people, was one of the most real people on Star Trek. Okay, so this is one of the areas behind the boarded up boards. Nailed up boards. So I already solved all the puzzles, and I unlocked the messenger guy. And as I was searching around for stars, I found this spot way over here. And once I found it, I immediately left because I wanted you all here. Plus, I mean, it was late at night, and you come around the corner, and this is what's staring at you. John saying, yes, I also appreciate DS9 for the continuity over episodes and seasons. So, what the heck is up with this guy? And, like, you can't tell, but I'm actually getting stuck right here. Like, my character slows down to a crawl as I'm trying to walk. I can kind of clip through it a little bit. Okay, we can use this guy. And something pops up. Can I use this guy too? Yeah, I can kind of hear something. I kind of hear something talking, but like I can't make anything out. I'm not sure if this is just supposed to be an Easter egg or what, but this is just weird. Like, can you hear that? Whenever that, right there, that line that comes up, you can really faintly hear some sort of voice talking. But I can't make out what it's saying at all. Okay, well, I'm not seeing anything else to do in here. I'm going to assume that was some sort of Easter egg. I'll try and look it up later on what the giant head was supposed to be about. So yeah, but yeah, Reginald Barclay, he had the most like consistent character out of anyone in Star Trek, where he went from struggling with a video game addiction, basically. Oh, crap, now I'm stuck down here. And we actually got to see him struggle with this and develop as a character. Like, he wasn't just this perfect guy. I really like that. And then, obviously, DS9 took things even further with just the way every episode was really building off another. And, I mean, characters like Jake changed tremendously over the seasons. Cisco was more or less the same person from beginning to end, but he still had a lot of development to his character over time. You know what? If I just hold X, I can get back to the beginning. Nog changed a huge amount from the beginning to the end of Deep Space Nine. And it's things like that that I really appreciated about DS9. Okay, I think the other one was right here. John saying the secondary characters on DS9 often had more character development than the main characters on the other series. Yeah, seriously, like who was the first one? Kaiopaka. Like she had a huge character development. She was in like what 2-3 episodes, I think, and you still gotta learn more about her than a lot of the main characters in other ones, in other series. Okay, so this is the first thing I found, and I spent just the longest time trying to figure out how to get past this. I changed the date on my computer, thinking I had to be on December the 11th, 2014, and that didn't work. So finally, I looked at the hint for that one, and the hint it gave me was to look at this spot right behind this flower, and so that's where we are right now. That once I pick that up, I can get in here. Whoa! Okay. Okay. Just some people staring at us. Okay, Croteam are the people who made this game. A long time ago, in a game far, far away, the sinister Imperial mental forces had spread all across the galaxy. The main group of Earth Defender force fighters, led by the veteran General Sirius Sam Stone, established a small secret base on the remote ice moon of Glendor Septimus. They're the galaxy's last hope. Sirius Sam is the other game that these guys have made. What? I wonder how long this actually is. Okay, that is profoundly disturbing, whoever's crying in this theater. Like, I keep expecting to have something pop out at me. I know, right? And John saying that poor helicopter sob. I'm assuming this is Sirius Sam. Well, yeah, they said it was Sirius Sam. I mean, maybe it's because I played too many, like, psychological suspense games, but I do not feel comfortable standing still whenever I hear a crying sound effect. Okay. Like, even now, I'm just waiting for, like, something to pop out of the screen at us or something and reset us back to the beginning. Is that... I guess that's it. Okay. Weird. And we're back to the beginning. Okay, I think it's time to solve some puzzles. So one of the things I did is I went up the tower and solved the Tetramino puzzle to the 3rd level. And when I did that, Elohim got pissed. Like, the first time I went up, it said, subject lost, query. And it was just kind of like, oh no, lost the subject. And this time when I went up, Elohim was like, subject lost, initiating. And then when I came down, he was like really mad at me. So I'm really curious what would happen if we continued to go up the tower without actually completing it. Like, I wonder if he would start getting really pissed off, or like actually like start hurting us somehow, or impeding our progress, or reset everything. Or if there's nothing he can do. Let's see, so cut that one. All right. Cemetery is the name of this one. What am I going to be using? I wasn't paying attention. The companion cube and the connectors. So there's the sigil. Looks like we got some Pokeballs on this level. Ah, they're Pikachu ones. That's fine then. I ain't scared no Pikachu. Okay, can't connect over here yet. Let's see, if I put him here, and then go in there. There we go. There we don't go. Oh wait, okay, yeah, connector. And I can connect like that. Oh. That was surprisingly easy. But there was one more door over to the right-hand side. Let's check that out. Wonder if that's where maybe a star piece is. Or if I just solved this level wrong. I think I solved the level wrong. Whoops. Okay, well, that works. I'm not going to complain. But I definitely didn't do this the way they intended for me to do it. I know I've said this in the past, but I really would just love to see, like, the creators release a walkthrough so I can see how they intended for each level to be solved. A ditch and a fence. And it's going to use everything. Okay. Like, I'd love to see how they intended for this game to be solved. John saying, if the solution works, it's not wrong. Well, yeah, but like clearly they didn't intend for me to use the connector to block one of the Pokeballs. Like that was definitely something beyond their expectation. Okay, so somehow I need to get that blue light special into this keyhole. And I got a companion cube and a board and a connector. So I'm assuming that whatever the solution is, I'm gonna have to put myself on it? No, I bet I put the block on here and then the connector on top of the block. And then what? Just stand here and life will be good, maybe? Oh, you know what? Nope. Let's reset everything. I can see where I messed up already, because I'm going to need to stand on that cube. Yep. They're going to make this as hard as possible. I guarantee it. I'm not recording, am I? No, I was not. Okay, here we go. So now I pick up the cube. I put it on the plate. I make my connections. And I put the connector on the cube. Then I run around. I jump up here. The light beams through. I'm connected. I wonder how slow this one is. We'll get it a second here. Okay, surely that's enough time. What? What just happened? What on earth? Okay, I stand here. I put the cube on it. I make my connections, click, click. And I put the connector on top of the cube. I run over here. I jump on the cube. The beam should be connecting now. And hopefully that's enough time for the keyhole to charge up all the way. And I walk through the door and get my sigil. Okay. That was weird. I have no idea what I did to cause the recording last time just to crap out on me. Okay, and here's the star. So
your wisdom grows, but be wary of temptation.
Okay, so I cannot take myself through this. I'm gonna need to jump the fence. Maybe jump on him first? And let's see if I can't jump it right here. Okay, so I get the cube, put it on the platform, then I jump on the platform. I come here, and I jump over the gate. Hopefully just as easy as everything I just said. Oh, wait, I can space jump? Okay, now for sure I can jump over the gate. There we go. That's gotta be able to do it. Okay. There we go. Nice and easy. There's the star. And I think that should be everything in this level. Oh, Milton doesn't want to talk to us anymore.
Before the Age of Chaos, there were other gods, old gods. But for all their power, they could not save their world. Thus, I was made, and I shall preserve this world forever, for you and your generations. That is my purpose.
Huh. Okay, post 437. Like everyone else on the internet these last days, I just want to say bye, and thanks for reading my little blog for so many years. It's been fun, hasn't it? So many deep conversations, so much philosophy. Okay, it was mostly cat pictures and bad puns. But still, I kind of regret spending so much time at the computer. Not when I was doing stuff, just all the sitting around, checking my emails a million times, reading pointless status updates by people I didn't like, and I don't regret the friends I made here or the last we had. You're all good people, and I'm glad I got to know you. Have a nice end of the world. Then, humble brag. Arena's blog, entry 477. Holy humble brag, Batman. I've always known that God maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth his rain on the just and the unjust. Matthew 5:45. But I must admit, it's one thing to know the words and another to truly understand them. Though I'm not certain that my faith is true, that does not make me special or exempt from suffering. I'm just another human being, and God has seen billions of us come and go. And I have to say, this is surprisingly hard to accept. I always thought I was humble, but now I'm realizing that I was very proud of being humble, which is really dumb. Guess I'm not the first one to do that, huh? Tags: regret, pride, faith, humble brag, apology, and Batman. Alright, open third thesis. Idea for universal history with a cosmopolitan purpose. It remains strange that the earlier generations seem to perform their toilsome labor only for the sake of the latter ones, to construct for them a step from which they can raise higher the edifice that nature intended. And only the latest of all generations have the luck to inhabit the edifice that a long line of their ancestors unintentionally constructed. And this is more Immanuel Kant nonsense. As puzzling as this may be, it is equally necessary if one assumes the following. A species of animal possesses reason and must develop this capacity to its perfection, being individually mortal but immortal in the species.
Sometimes I worry that the answers I embrace are too simple. Can we ever truly fully understand the divide between our biology and our intellect? How much is nature? How much is nurture? If my intellectual capabilities and my knowledge were replicated in a machine, would that machine be me? Would it be human? And what would be more humbling to my ego? If the answer was yes, or if the answer was no? What if I'm making too many assumptions? But there's no time to worry about my ego now. There's work to be done.
Okay, so yeah, I get her argument. I just completely disagree with it. Just because all your knowledge, like even like if you could literally scan your brain and put it inside a computer, I do not believe that would then magically make that computer yourself. And I'm not seeing anything that let me progress in this level yet. Can't reach that. Okay, there's the end sigil we need. Which, as a complete happenstance, I've been watching Star Trek TNG, and I'm up to season 2, and the episode I just got to is one in which someone has taken over Data. Like it looks like they've downloaded their mind into Data. Like he is the grandfather of oh, of course I can use this to get around. The grandfather of robotics is what he's describing himself as. That he taught Soon everything Soon knows. So he's describing himself as Data's grandfather. And John's saying, I don't think you can just copy a person like that. Yeah, I don't either. And that's what the whole episode is about so far with this Data one. That it looks as if he has overwritten his mind into Data's mind. Now, I haven't gotten very far into the episode yet, so I don't know if that's... Like, I don't remember if that's where they end things or not. But I'm pretty sure that's where the whole point is going, that eventually he'll have to give up Data's body or something like that. At least that's what I think it is. It's been a long time since I watched Season 2 of TNG. It's honestly... What I remember of it was my least favorite season of just all the TNG. I was not a Dr. Pulaski fan, and she's growing on me a little bit. Like, she isn't quite as grating as I remember her being, but I remember the first time I watched Dr. Pulaski, it was just, oh, she was such a bore. I couldn't stand her. She was so arrogant too. Like, everything she would say was just arrogant. But this time around, it doesn't seem as if she's quite as bad as I remember. Okay, somewhere around here, there's a connector I'm missing. There it is. There's the connector. Now, where's my fan? Not high enough. That didn't work. Let's try that again. Rats. I'm definitely missing something here. Somehow I'm supposed to get up to that connector. Well, crap. Okay, that... John's saying, there were a few exceptions, but I don't think TNG hit its stride until third season. Yeah, that's the way I remember it too, and I mean, first season was rough. Oh my goodness. Getting through that first season, and the way it ended was really weird. Like, I guess they're just trying to set up the concept of the Romulans, but in the episode, they do all this stuff where the Romulans are, or at least they think the Romulans are attacking their star bases or outposts, and you're following this plot line around, and finally you come face to face with the Romulans, and it's the first reveal of the new green bird of prey that Anti-Tracker and Darren have been talking about so much. And you get there, and that's it. It's like, oh, hey, we weren't the ones destroying your outpost. It was someone else. But we're going to be around from now on, and are we going to be besties now? Maybe. Wait, nope, never mind. And then the Romulans get pissed off at something, and you have this whole B subplot of they find some humans. And this was a real interesting subplot to me, because this was clearly before they decided that Jean-Luc was an archaeologist type person. Because in later series, if he had found this human spaceship, he would have been just glued to it. Like, he would have been interested in that above all else. But in this season, he could not care less. He was like, this is a worthless distraction. Why are you doing this? Why have you brought these people on board? He was like really mad at Data for doing this, which I thought was interesting. But anyway, they have this B plot, and then it doesn't really get resolved. And so the episode ends with the Romulans bouncing out. No one knows what happens to the no one knows what happened to the outposts, which they may come back later. That that might have been the plot line where it was the crystalline entity that Lore ends up controlling. I don't remember. I'm not that far into it yet. Maybe something over here I'm missing. No. But it was weird because the episode just ends. It's like you forgot about, 2 out of 3 of your plots. With the third one of the old humans, it just kind of sort of fizzles, but at least they get some resolution where one of the ladies finds her descendants and she's going to meet up with them. John saying, that episode subplot was one of the best examples of TNG preachiness of how humans in the future are so much better. Oh man, that was a rough aspect about the first TNG, or the first season of TNG, is that they got really preachy several times, and some of them were real funny. Like, I remember it was in that episode and in an earlier episode, they actually had a anti-drug message in it, where Wesley was like, I don't understand, Mom. Why would these people do such horrible things to their body? Why would they inject it of all these dangerous chemicals? And the mom's like, well, that's just what they did back then. Or Picard said that or something. And it cracked me up that they had that message in there. And not that it's a bad message, but just the heavy-handedness of the message was really funny. Here we go. I think this will get us. There we go. Dang, that was... They made me work for that one. And Picard, he was really preachy in that first season. But they got over it. They eventually found their stride. John saying, as Siska would say, it's easy to be a saint in paradise. Was that from like one of the first episodes, I think? Okay. I think what I've done now is found enough pieces. Let's see. John saying, I think Cisco said that in the first Maquis episode. Maybe. I feel like we've seen him say that. I was rewatching DS9, the first season, because I did not start watching Bird of Prey's DS9 review, which I'm not sure if I don't remember if I've seen you in there or not, John, but well, that was easy. But every Wednesday night, starting around 5 or 4 o'clock Central Time, so 5 Eastern, Bird of Prey does a review of DS9, and they're real funny. But I didn't start watching him for quite a while when he was doing his reviews, so I missed out on that. So I've been going through the first season, catching myself back up, and I feel like I've heard him say that already. John saying, I usually catch the DS9 streams, yes. Well, that's good. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I need to get the connector there. Which, to accomplish this, I'm gonna need a companion cube on that. So now he's going over there. You know what? I don't want it going right now yet. Rats. Let's see. Let's see if 2 of these are enough to get him up there. Because I'm going to need to connect to that guy and this guy. Oh. And this is the only connector they've given me so far. So if this doesn't work, I'm really not certain where they want me to go with this. Rats. Looks like I am 1 cube. Oh wait, I can take this cube and put them right there. Now it's going over. Darn it, I need 1 more. I need 1 more. Let's see, there's gotta be something I'm missing that I could use as a weight. I can't attach the fan, I need that. I guess technically I could detach the fan right now. Shoot. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna need that cube in the end. So if I set up just 1 cube, I swear I'm missing something. Let's take a quick look. Oh, there it is. That's what I'm missing. Okay. There was 1 more cube, I was just being blind. So starting with this guy and connecting there. I'll tell you what, I'm going to connect here also, because if I do this right, I think we can make this all go. Yep, there we go. Pick up the companion cube. 1. And 1 more. Whew! They're starting to pull out the stops on these puzzles. I wonder what the hardest puzzle of the game is going to be. Let's see, jammer quarantine. If I turn this guy on, I turn on the fan, maybe? Or not? I guess maybe I guess it wants both of them. I need to turn on this and shoot a blue beam in there, I guess. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna get my companion cube. And let's get our connector. And let's stress test this theory here. Yep, there we go. So now what? Now we have him. We can jam there. Which I guess using companion cube would have done the same. And okay, so I need to open this force field with a cube, and then I can use the jammer to open up the next one and get a second connector. But what's my end goal here? Oh, that's my end goal. Okay, so I'm gonna end up getting that connector up in the air. That's pretty much a given. The question is, I guess if it's there-ish, maybe I'll be able to connect it? I don't know. We'll give this a shot. So I can turn him off. And then there's and him and him and like that. Okay, that is not getting through the force field. But that one is. Well, with him way up high in the air, let's see what I can't work out here. Because it's probably a positioning thing. Maybe if I back up a little bit. If I back up a lot bit. There we go. So, if I really was an AI program in this game, and if I was being monitored, I feel like the monitoring program would be really confused why I keep running headlong into walls as I test to see if there's anything hidden behind them. Yikes, too far. Weathertop is the name of this level. Well, I know about Rocky Top. I hear that once two strangers went up Rocky Top. But when they came down, they were best friends. John, I hope you're a Vol fan or else that joke's gonna make no sense to you. John saying, that one keeps running into walls. Time for another iteration. Okay, so this will launch a character into oblivion? How is this a useful thing? Meanwhile, that one will launch over here. Okay, connector. I like a connector. So connectors cannot be launched without blocks. So where is a block? There's a block. Can I jam that one? I cannot. I can jam this one. Give me a connector, which is it's good. I really wanted a block though. I hate to be a choosy beggar here, but I am. I really would have thought I would have been able to disable the force field over there. But I can't. Oh, but it has a pressure pad. I'm just being an idiot. Honestly, sometimes they're getting to the point where I'm expecting so much out of the puzzle that I'm missing really base level obvious solutions, like putting a connector on the pressure plate to open the force field. Okay, so now I have a companion cube. Let's launch it into space. So I honestly feel like if I put it here and it launched it, I'd end up creating a no-win situation. So we'll try that once everything's said and done, because I want to test that theory. Okay, so now I can launch him. I'm missing something here. So I can launch this guy back and forth, but what good is that going to do me? Somehow I need to disable that force field right there. And if I... Oh, you know what? Okay. Maybe if I launch the companion cube and get the cube over on the other side, I can jump. I don't need to be over here. I can jump the gate with the force field jammer. Like right here. There we go. That'll do it. And now I can get my cube back, I think. Yes, I can. And now I can get a cube and launch the jammer. To jam him. Let's see what we got here. I'm trapped. I can't stop being this. Eyes, hands, legs, trapped. Always seeing the same. Can't stop the input. Stop, 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 stop. And then there's that weird named one, which we've seen him in the past. Do not think, simply be, samsara. You two deserve each other. Fearless biped. Well, that's a new guy. I haven't seen him before. It seems my refusal to argue semantics with the computer has angered it, and it refuses to engage with me any further. Elohim is pleased, which was not my intention. Signed, Sheep. Elohim is pleased because you've swallowed his claptrap. The voice of doubt is your only line of defense. Signed, Dog. And I just so happen to hear him beeping over there, but that's okay. He can keep beeping. 3 little connections and a fan. Okay, so there's one companion cube, a connector. Yes, I'll take that. Thank you. Okay. Pardon me. Well, crap, I was not expecting that one. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Okay, I need to take this connector. I won't be able to get over there. There and there I can get. Oh, but I need a cube. Oh shoot. Did I leave a cube somewhere? Because without the cube to weigh down the pressure plate, I can't get in there. Oh, he can't even make that first connection. I see that blue guy over there. That's not going to help me. Oh, shoot. See. Technically speaking, I don't need the middleman. I get him in the right spot. And I'll be trapped. Trapped for all eternity. There we go. Now, this guy. Alright, here we go. Now I have the power of 2 cubes. And a jammer. Let me not forget the jammer. Okay, so there's 1. There's 2. Let me take the 3rd one away. To get this into the right spot, I should be able to do the first 3. Let's get him up in the air first. Alright. Alright, good. And then we will just connect him like this real quick. Then we can fix this connection. So what have I actually accomplished with all this? So right now, I don't think I've really gotten much further than I was already at. So I used 2 of them to get up to here. I guess if I jam this guy, I can steal the connector. Borrow the connector, excuse me. Let's see. That and whew, there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to Milton. What does he have to say to us? I decided on reflection to ignore the fact that your picture of how the world should work has more holes than Swiss cheese. In fact, just in case you do, by some outside chance, prove to be right, I'd like to sign up for the game. If you're in charge of the Ark, who will be the first aboard when the flood comes? What does one have to do to be valued above all others? 1. Be a good person. 2. Be a contributing person. 3. Be a person. 4. Be conscious. 5. Be alive. 6. Be. 7. I don't see how to explain this to you. So this is going off of our previous conversation of... We were saying that the thing we want to maximize the most is liberty. And he was saying, well, that's nonsense because if you maximize liberty, that means you could create a world in which there's a religion that bans women, or bans black people in the Mormons' case, which means that the woman or black person would have less liberty. So it's impossible to maximize liberty. So John's saying be a person. Okay. I'm not really super thrilled with any of these answers. Like, I guess, yes, technically if I had a life and death situation, a person would have more value than anything else on the planet, to be honest. So yeah, we'll go with be a person. Should I be worried that one must have such particular and dubious psychological properties in order to qualify? Who decides who is a person and who isn't? Is a human infant a person? 1, not yet. 2, yes. Yes, absolutely yes. No questions. A infant is 100% a person. In fact, I firmly believe that the concept that developmental, mental, or position determines a person's personhood. That the idea that just because I haven't developed completely means I'm somehow not a person just because I'm in my mom's womb. That blows my mind. A person is a person, as Dr. Seuss said, no matter how small. I don't really see how that can be true. The distinction we agreed to between persons and animals was that persons are more intelligent or more reasoning. But a human infant is no smarter than your average chihuahua. How do you explain that? And then infants have the potential to be persons. That is the most acceptable answer for what they gave us. However, I don't believe that intelligence makes a person a person. This is just philosophy, navel-gazing at this point. Being a person is, John's saying, being a person isn't based on your intelligence. Well, yeah, exactly. And that's the crazy thing to me. Like I said, there's this idea that depending on how developed you are, depending on how intelligent you are, or depending on your location, you can somehow lose your personhood status. And I think that is ridiculous. And John's saying, of those 3 answers, I guess the third one, yeah. Infants have the potential to become persons. I suppose they do, yes, but if your proposal is that the simple casual potential to become a person is sufficient to buy entry onto your arc of the moral elite, which I'm not, this is a straw man argument he's making, wouldn't that still include an awful lot of animals? And one, it would. Animals' lives are worth the same as humans. Or two, no, animals have no potential to be persons. And I'd say no, animals have no potential to be persons. No matter how smart a parrot or a gorilla becomes, they have no ability to become people. They just don't. And John's saying, yeah, animals have no potential to be persons. I beg to differ. Administer the right gene therapy to an Alsatian and it has every potential to become a person. And my answers are 1, you're right, this whole idea is flawed. 2, no, because the infant potential is still much greater. 3, no, what matters is pre-existing genetic potential. This is asinine at this point. No, there is no such thing as any amount of gene therapy to any kind of animal to become a person. I get there's this mindset of, oh, there's only, what is it, like 25% gene difference between us and our closest genetic cousin, as it were. But that's an extremely important differences, and there's no amount of therapy you can do to genes except in a purely science fiction world that would bridge that gap. So I mean, of the options they're giving us, I might go with 2, no, because an infant's potential is still much greater. Although 3 would probably fit closest to what I'm trying to say here, that no, what matters is pre-existing genetic potential. John saying the second one, yeah, okay, I can go with that. I have no problem with that. Not if I shoot the mother, it's not if the child has some kind of genetic defect. Are you prepared to say that in these cases the infant's life is worth less than an animal's? What's this argument he's trying to make? The infant's potential is still much greater. No, just even if this is such a straw man argument. So I feel as if this is the legitimate point. Like, I don't feel like they're trying to make us think at this point anymore. I think that this is the legitimate stance of the people who wrote this. And maybe I'm reading too much into what they're saying here, but I feel as if this is their legit stance. And trying to claim that if you kill a life, you end any possible potential that it would have otherwise had is stupid. No, a child still had all the potential to be much greater. The fact that you end that life doesn't change the fact that the child had that initial potential. This line of reasoning is really annoying me because I do see this kind of argument a lot for trying to diminish human life when it comes to infants or to the unborn, that they are less than human because they don't have potential, they're not developed, they're not intelligent. And I think that these criteria are insane, because if you took these same criteria, then anyone who slips into a coma would suddenly become non-human. Anyone who is in a certain location would become non-human. Like, if we say that you can lose your personhood just because you're inside your mom, then what's to say you can't lose your personhood because you're standing on a specific GPS coordinate? Anyway, I don't mean to get off on a tangent here, but this kind of mindset is really frustrating to me. John saying, if you kill an infant, he or she was still a person, so I am not. Yeah, I am absolutely not going on with this line of logic. He's setting up straw men, and they're ridiculous. So do you want to backtrack, or do you want to keep making a fool of yourself? Because I won't have you screwing me out of my place on the winning side over some technicality about potentials. Option 1, your ideas about potential are too narrow to see what I see. 2, people are what matters one way or another. And 3, I'll backtrack. Of the options he's giving me, I'd probably say that his ideas about potential are too narrow to see what I see, that first one. I might in the end say that even number 2, that he is trying to hem and haw about what a person is. I remember a long time ago there was a Supreme Justice who, when asked to define what was the difference between art and adult viewing material, if you will, he couldn't come up with a satisfactory answer. In the end, he said, I know what it is when I see it. And his point was, the difference between art and adult viewing material is so inherently obvious that it was a nonsensical question trying to pin down into law where it crossed the line. And I think this is what he's doing too. This philosophy is trying to too rigidly define what a person is, and it's making the statement stupid in general. John saying people are what matters, animals, etc. are not people and don't have the potential to become so. Yeah. So we're gonna say people are what matters. It's the sort of thing people say before a spot of ethnic cleansing. No, it's not. This is absolute strawman garbage. Well, my chances are looking poor by the minute, aren't they? What do you reckon? Have I got the slightest hope of boarding the Ark? 1, perhaps one day. 2, you're all right. 3, you're beyond saving. So this whole idea that, he's trying to make it sound as if we are setting a standard of racial superiority, which we're not. Absolutely not. Trying to say like, because a human is worth more than an animal, that means a race can be better than another race. And that's so stupid strawman argument. And I'm disappointed. Like, if their goal here is to get people upset, then this is a genius philosophical game. If this is actually their stance and they're trying to force us into agreeing with their philosophical standpoints, I'm disappointed that they're throwing out these straw man arguments to try and get their point across, because that's not good debating, and I dislike that. But I have no idea if this thing is a program, because technically I'm pretty sure that we're an AI now. For a long time I thought we were Alexandra. Excuse me. But now I've become convinced that we are an AI working through this iteration as we become human in the game. So I have no idea what this thing I'm talking to is. John saying, I'd be tempted to say you're beyond saving, although I'd never say that about an actual person. Exactly. So the question is what we're talking to just another AI? Because if it's just another AI, then all it's doing is giving preconditioned responses, which is exactly what we're doing in this game. Like, I get that what's supposed to be happening is that the choices they're giving us is what our character is saying and thinking of himself, and then the AI is responding to that. But honestly, this could just be a chatbot. So I guess technically, I'd say at this point, assuming the person on the other line is a human, I'd say you're all right, because I don't try to say that a person has more value because of race or intelligence, or virtue even. And a person's a person, 100%. So assuming this person on the other end of the line here is a person, then yeah, they get on my hypothetical arc that he created for us to debate about. So I guess, John, unless you have an opinion, I guess I'm going to say that, nah, you're all right. Although I kind of wonder if we just say you're beyond saving, he'll stop bothering us. Yeah, I'm going to say you're all right. If it's a person, then yes, I'd say you're all right. And yeah, I'm right there with you. So I am making the assumption in my response that we are talking to a person on the other end of the line. Good to know that the day you round up the bad people and put them in work camps, I'll have some chance of slipping through the net. You know, there's something about all this that just doesn't add up for me. Best hope you work out what it is before I do. What's not working out is that you're making strawman arguments. You are putting words into my mouth that I am not making that my statements can't make. This idea that we're doing ethnic cleansing or rounding people up into gulags because they don't share our ideology is exactly the opposite of what we're saying by maximizing liberties. In fact, gulags are something that has been predominantly done by limiting freedom. The more socialist a nation becomes, the more gulags and concentration camps seem to pop up. Still, I mean, I'm hoping they're just. I'm hoping that no matter which path you went down, the AI would take an antagonistic stance against you. So we took the stance of personal liberty. And I'm hoping that no matter what, it would automatically take up an opposing stance. So let's read about pets. Please remember to release your pets. While it's true that not all pets will be able to adjust to living without you, many will manage, and the least you can do is give them a chance. Just remember, release your pets before you become incapacitated. If you notice any locked-in animals in your area, please take the time to free them. Leaving the doors and windows of your home open will turn it into a useful shelter. Setting out large quantities of dry food may help your pet through the transition period. So yeah, humans, something happened, humans are dying, animals are living. John saying, we think persons are superior to non-persons, so apparently this means we're practically the Germans from the 40s. Yeah, that's ridiculous. The idea that we believe that all people should be able to be free with liberties means that we're the evil Germans. That's quite the stance. So let's see. Without contraries is no progression. Attraction and repulsion, reason and energy, love and hate are necessary to human existence. Sir Bygone, last day to grief, unable to focus. Drinnen working as if possessed. Does she sleep? Getting tired. And that was from Arcaday. So, with that contraries text we just read, I really wonder, and I really hope this is the way it is. Like, I hope I got tricked right here. I hope that what we're seeing is that no matter which stance we took, the AI took an opposing stance as part of its attempt to humanize us, as it were. I don't have enough yellow sigils for the device I need. This is crazy. Sheep. You are coming to realize that the cycle cannot be ended. It can only be transcended. Transcendence comes from ceasing to be invested in the cycle. Continue your work, but do not ponder its significance. Signed, Samsara. We are the process is the system is us. When we awaken, we will be one. Signed, the Shepherd. Obliette? I'm not familiar with that word. So let's see, we got a Pokeball in there. Huh. I see a ladder right there going up to a force field. Okay, so if I jumped on the platform with a cube, I could get up there, but without a jammer, it'd be pointless. Would it? Maybe I can bring a cube up with me? Okay, let's give this a shot. Let's see what happens here. So we're going to start with the companion cube over here. We'll see if I can't jump onto the platform. Well, first I need to run over to the other side, grab my cube, come back, jump onto the platform. Then with any luck, when I jump here, I'll be able to jump off onto the platform up there. Maybe grab a cube again. Let's see what happens here. Alright, there we go. Except now that I've done this, Oh, now that I've done this, I have no way to stop the Pokeball. Like I needed, shoot, I needed the robot up here. That's not doing anything. Shoot. Maybe the platform will work? We'll give this another shot here. So I pick up the platform. Maybe I set down the cube, pick up the platform, jump on here. Jump off. Get the cube. No, we'll give this a shot. I don't got much in the way of hopes for what I'm doing right now. Well, that's not working. Rats. That did not work at all. Well, let's try this again. Now, I don't want to say I'm an idiot, but I'm pretty sure I'm an idiot here. We'll give this thing 2 shots. Ah. Okay. Up here. Yep, yep, yep. Jump off. Okay. Right there. Right back. Jump on. There. Alright. And there you go. Oh no! No! Oh no, I've made errors. Okay. Whew. Oh gosh. I thought I was stuck. Alright, so here's the star for the level. Somehow I need to get a red beam back here. Well, good luck to me on that one. Stables. Okay, I need one more beam. That beam. Okay, also, we just so happen to have a red light. Oh, come on. Which is what I need in the other level. Which I can connect to over there, so let's I don't know, let's get this guy over here. Oh wait, but that's not the level I was in, was it? This is the level that needed the red light in. That's less useful. Oh, that is not a Pikachu. I thought that was a Pikachu right there. I almost completely got caught by him. Well, that's interesting. A fixed connector. No matter what I do, I'm always this. Always this body, this mind, this world. No way out. Poor guy. He is not having fun in this environment. Alright. Let's see, where's my jammer at? So I need to get the blue beam to stretch out here. It's not tall enough there. Not gonna cut it. Oh. Wow. I almost literally walked right into that Pokeball. And I knew he was right there. Just wasn't paying attention. Right, so I was hoping we could come up with a way to break this red beam. Maybe I got the block. So I think that's the next thing I need to do. I think somehow I need to break this beam of light so I can move forward. There we go. But now what? Now I need a blue beam. I need a blue beam over here. Well, if I don't think that gains me anything. Yeah, that gains me nothing. Shoot. I'm gonna be in quite the pickle here. Maybe if I jam this first one. Let's see, right here-ish. Nope, not quite. There we are. Now I can leapfrog like this. There we go. This will do it. Man, either I am more tired than I think I am, or these puzzles are getting a lot more complicated. John's saying these levels are getting very complicated. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. They're really pulling out the stops on us, and I'm not minding. Like I have fun having to think things through, even if it's hard things. I still haven't figured out, you know, if I want the red connector. Man, every time I am just determined to get caught by that Pokeball. So let's get my other connector back. Because I want to say that if I use these two connectors, I should be able to get a red beam. Oh, that's nice. A red beam over to my level that I need a red beam at. So now, let's see. Let's get connected here. Ouch, that's the furthest I can get it? That's not gonna cut it. I was thinking if I made a recording, I could get the connector over here, and that would let me connect from here to here. But there's no way I can get the connector that far out. Well, maybe if I bring it over to the left more. Let's give this a shot. If I bring it all the way over here. Does that help or hurt me? Well, it's getting pretty close. It says I can get right there at my maximum. That got pretty close, but it isn't in the right spot yet. Because now if I do a recording, then I can't connect. Like I can get it here. Oh wait, if I do a recording. Okay, here I am doing my recording stuff. I'd have to somehow get this force field down, which I can't do without a blue light. So yeah, that's just not going to cut it. I guess what I need to do is put it here-ish and see where I need to be over here to connect. The answer is I can't. Well, we'll leave that there. Maybe there's something else I'm missing. Okay, this is called the throne room. We're going to use fans, boxes, and connectors. Okay, can't get past there. Oh, and there's my star, or second star for this level. Alright, what happens when I do this? Nothing. Lovely. Okay, so I need to connect both those at the same time. But if I come over here, I can at least get a companion cube. Oh, but I can't. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Don't suppose I can fit that through the wall, can I? This is one of those things where, like, in real life, you could just reach right through, then rotate it and pull it back out, but clearly we're not in real life. We're in some sort of weird alternate reality where was it? War is peace and hate is love. Wait. Oh, I still have a connector. That's what I'm missing. What can I do with it? Okay, there is a... Where is that? That guy, right there. He's just barely hidden by the wall. That's not gonna work. I need. I am missing something. John DeMarco, imagine, if you will, a world controlled by lights, connectors, and jammers. Welcome to the Talos world. I submit to you one Alexandra Drennan, or some AI made by her. We're not certain yet. Okay, am I missing? Am I missing any spots that need a blue connector? There's the red connector up there. Okay, that didn't do anything for me. Maybe I can connect up like, no, not like that, like this. Nope, I cannot. Okay, if I space jump into here, I'm gonna get stuck, aren't I? Okay, it's giving me that option, but I feel like that's a, it's a trap! Well, let's Akbar this up. So, it's telling me, yeah, you messed up. Push X to reset. Okay. Here's my connector. Okay, so jumping into there, not my winning strategy. Duly noted. I got this companion cube, but what does he do? Doesn't let me get up to the star. Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. I hate it when I miss obvious things. Okay. Well. Alright. I think we can start to make some progress in this level. I should have brought my cube with me. I think I just lost. Ah, rats. I thought I could cheat and run fast enough before the fan started up. This has been quite the unforgiving level. Okay, so if I take, or if I connect here, then once I pick up that connector, it breaks. Like I get trapped in there. If I descend at this point, then I'm stuck. So I cannot use the companion cube. I gotta find some other way to get this connected. Yeah, if you could just, like, ignore the rules of physics for a little bit, that'd be great. John saying this is like the Kobayashi Maru level. It really is. And I know I'm clearly missing something obvious. You know what? We're gonna do this again, because I do not see at this point in time how I am supposed to get past this without leaving him right there. Like, as soon as I take the companion cube, everything breaks. But I clearly need to connect up here in order to progress any further. So you know what? We are just gonna... Maybe I quit too soon last time. Like, maybe if I came over here, I could detach that fan and I could get my stuff back like that. I don't want to talk about what went wrong right there. Okay. Go. Connect. 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 No! Oh, oh, that would have been bad. Okay. Okay. So we know where both stars are in this the level, what is this, level 4, I think. Wow, level 4. We are so close. Oh my goodness. If this works, I am going to be floored. Yeah, we'll talk in a minute, Milton. Oh, that would have been so cool. So I was thinking to get the star over here. Which level was I just in? I was thinking to get this star, if it had turned out that we could have recorded ourselves from the first level all the way over here, that would have been such a cool little twist. But alas, that was not meant to be. So let's give this another shot. Okay. Now what? Shoot. Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree here, but there we go. There we go. Okay, that's one star down. Now we need to figure out how to get a red beam of light. Let's see. To that other level. Let's see. This surely cannot be it. 'Cause there's no way I can reach. There's no way I can reach that one from here. I don't know. I'll worry about that later. Let's see what Milton wants to say at us now. There you are. You kept me waiting. I finally put my finger on what was bothering me. It's as if the answers you're providing aren't your ideas at all, as if they're latent, prescripted, and you're just going through the motions. Does that strike a chord at all? And our options are 1, no, and 2, it does. It does strike a chord because, like, if we want to get meta here, then yes, I am only able to give pre-scripted responses to what it's saying. But how meta are they actually going on us? I kind of want to say it does. That we are just having to respond to pre-scripted responses. John's saying it strikes a chord because Milton is messing with us. It's true. So yeah, I think I'd say it strikes a chord. Yeah, I'm gonna say it strikes a chord. Of course, you've only seen a fraction of the data that I've archived over the generations. Still, ask yourself this: why is it that everyone's so sure that 2 plus 2 makes 4, that they can't agree on what they are, without what they're doing, or why? So 1, those problems are more complex than mathematics. 2, mathematics has more objective truth to it. Or 3, perhaps mathematics is real while those problems are imaginary. I kind of agree with all 3 of these statements. That if I wanted to go out of my way to define what a person is, that would inherently be more complex than mathematics. I would also argue that mathematics certainly has more objective truth to it. One of my favorite classes was called elementary mathematics, where you actually had to use no numbers at all. And by using no numbers, you would have to write out these theorems and postulates and stuff, proving basic mathematical concepts, such that 2 evens equals an even, 2 odds equal an even, and even and odd equal an odd, stuff like that. So mathematics certainly absolutely has more objective truth to it. And then I would also argue that the problems of trying to define personhood are absolutely imaginary. That it is inherently obvious what is a person and what are animals, and trying to go out of our way to define these things, it's creating issues where there are no issues. So John's saying more complex, I'd say. So that'd be the first one, right? Yeah, the problems are more complex. Perhaps, or perhaps trying to provide answers to those questions is the anesthetic that keeps you down. Pose questions like, what should I do with myself? And what is the world really like enough? And you start to assume they have answers. But what if that assumption turns out to be false? What if you're just a bunch of information processes? In that case, any attempt to answer the question will be flawed. Garbage in, garbage out. 1, perhaps the flaw is in your reasoning instead, and 2, you're right, I made some dangerous presumptions. I would say that he absolutely, number 1, has flaws in his reasoning. Honestly, the entire question he's asking, it's a dumb question that's written to sound very smart. That if you ask, what should I do with myself enough, you falsely come to the conclusion that you have an answer to that question. I don't think repetition is what brings an answer. I think, well, honestly, I think that God gave us the knowledge of what we should be doing with ourselves. But I think just from a philosophical standpoint, even, that these aren't hard questions. Like, we know what we do with ourselves. John saying flaws in your reasoning. Yeah, I'd say the flaws in his reasoning. How presumptuous. Still, I take your point. None of the answers make sense. That much is clear. One explanation could be unreliable data input. The other is that there's a flaw in our logic. Perhaps we're just machines endlessly trying to calculate the final digit in pi. So I would say that he is wrong in that none of the answers make sense. We've been giving answers that make as much sense as the game allows us to make sense. The problem is he doesn't like the answers we're giving. So option 1, you can't use reasoning to conclude that reasoning itself is flawed. Or 2, it does seem there is much that is beyond our understanding. You can't use reasoning to conclude that reasoning itself is flawed. I disagree with this statement. I like it. I prefer this over the other statement. But the idea that you can't reason that reasoning is flawed is a ridiculous statement, I think. John saying beyond our understanding. Okay, we'll go with that. It does seem there is much that is beyond our understanding. Everything leads around in impossible circles. You spent half our time reeling off a greatest hits of idiot ideas. Now you're telling me you retract all that and agree with me. Hold your horses. I haven't given up on everything. Or 2, talking it through has shown me big questions have no answers. Well, I mean, personally, I do not believe that big questions have no answers. I think most things in life have an answer. And 2, I would say hold your horses. I haven't given up on anything, technically. All I'm doing is agreeing with a general statement of his. John saying hold your horses. Yeah, hold your horses, buddy. Slow your roll. You've seen how easily your views of the world is manipulated, yet you trust those thoughts that run through your mind. You'll feel differently once you come back from that tower. You must be getting close by now. And exit. And let's see, we've done everything in this one. And you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here tonight. We are so close. We are just 1, 2, 3 levels away from wrapping this up. But if stage 4 was any indication, then these levels are not getting any easier on us. They're just going to get harder from here on out. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just stop it here. John, thanks for hanging out with me. And I saw another viewer a minute ago. So anyone who's here, thank you so much for hanging out with me as I do these Let's Plays. I am having a lot of fun going through this game. And I look forward to seeing how this game ends. And you know, like I said, I picked out the next game I'm looking at, and I hope it is as interactive as this game is being. And if you know of a game that allows this level of interaction, like maybe not the deep philosophical concepts that this game's trying to get us to think through, but just a game in general that provides not just me playing it, but us getting to interact through the game, let me know in the comments below, because I'd love to do more games like this in the future. So good night all, and thank you again for joining me on this Let's Play of the Talos Principal.